she's hot on her tail!
Ever since the beginning of YouTube, the average person has been able to craft their own funny little videos doing whatever they want, including this. Over time, videos like this created a huge following, and they called it
YouTube poop.
From funny inside jokes to entire recreations of TV shows and movies, many creators came rushing into the scene to create what they wanted the actual movies to be, many of which are still around today creating the same type of content. And some have gone above and beyond of what storytelling really means. So today, we are going to be going over the best YouTube poops. So without further ado, the top 10 YouTube poops of all time. Just like all of these videos go, if you don't agree with these opinions, get this, that's okay. So if you want to disagree with them in the comments, please let me know. And before we get into that, we have to go into honorable mentions. And if you want to skip these honorable mentions, there are 11 videos. You can skip to this time right here. But until then, let's get into the first honorable mention. One of my biggest inspirations is CS188's Oppa Goddamn Style. It's so good.
Buy me all this shit and one shot powers.
With incredible sentence mixing. And overall, just a great video. The next up on our list is the Deliver Us Holiday Special by Awful Fawful. It is amazing.
I'm Patchy the Pirate, no longer president of the Illuminati.
Most people nowadays know him for this scene right here, but it is still a great video. Speaking of great videos, The Uncredibles by Emperor Lemon.
Coincidence? I think not.
This extremely funny YouTube poop helped revolutionize the genre.
Oh, my back!
Extra points for telling people exactly what they used to edit.
Here's what you can do. You can actually buy this car.
This video is one of the most quotable YouTube poops of all time.
Who's your partner in the back over here?
Keith. I'm Catherine years old.
And who's your partner?
Keith.
Okay.
Unbelievable sentence mixing and overall a great time.
And Christina. Get it back, get it back, get it back, get it back.
This YouTube poop for most is not funny, but to me, it is absolutely hilarious.
Big nose.
Wow. For only being about a minute long, this is one of the funniest YouTube poops on the entire website. It is gold.
Are you open?
Yes! And it kickstarted one of the best cinematic universes in YouTube poop history. If you love hilarious, fast-paced humor, this is the YouTube poop for you.
Don't ever be ashamed of your private story.
Or what? Or his father will fuck your father. Know me?
Sir, I asked her to wait in the foyer.
Hello, everybody. My mom's name is Freddie. Welcome to Really, Really Good. What?
Despite most YouTube poops falling for TV shows and movies, this one did an incredible job using YTP MVs and amazing jokes to tell a story with gaming. Collabs are hard, but this one defied the odds.
Hey, Jack, go long. Coffee for coffee, of course.
Great sentence mixing and good use of tracking and masking.
Who wrote this? Who wrote this long? Anyone can screw your wife, but nobody can see your pee-pee.
From the smart house. 1, 2, 5.
Cartoon Lover 98 was an incredible YouTube pooper and known for extremely loud videos, but it was always hilarious.
Mice lol.
Perhaps maybe. Well, I'll be fucking my butt now. Oh, my butt!
Hello, Fred.
I think you know what I mean.
The last YouTube poop on this list is quite possibly one of the best golden age YouTube poops ever. It is so funny and does a great job of using scenes from the entire movie.
We stole Jontron!
This is Jontron! I'll stuff you all in my ass!
If you skipped the honorable mentions, hey, welcome back. We're about to get started. So without any further ado, let's get into the 10th best YouTube poop of all time.
I'm really glad Drake's my new
Emp Lemon now makes the top 10 and did an incredible job of compiling all of these amazing clips into a perfect story.
We had this contest to see who could suck cock longer. I bet Josh my allowance that he couldn't suck my penis, but he did it. I came after 2 minutes.
This YouTube poop literally had everything. It even had a bunch of really popular content creators for YouTube poops at the time, including CS188. And it exposed a lot of smaller YouTube poopers who were trying to dive into the scene and displayed them beautifully. It basically told us that anybody can be in a YouTube poop. And for some of these smaller creators, they also showed that they can be up there with the big dogs and have a showcase for how good they are at editing. And this just happened to expose the best Drake and Josh episode of the entire series, so it was a perfect choice.
One of you guys needs to take this umbrella over there and kill her, okay?
This is for you.
Unsubscribe button.
With our only collab out of the way, it's time to move into number 9.
That ought to do it.
The shelf, can you hear me? Great. His birthday is today.
One of the first YouTube poops to use a full movie as their entire YouTube poop.
Hey, Ham, look, I'm sauce.
Were you scared? Not a space ranger.
It had hilarious moments.
Pardon me, I hate to break up the staff meeting, but
as well as being able to blend a perfect use of practical effects. Not to mention, it had an amazing fight scene and hilarious sentence mixing, as well as using some of the best explosion chroma key effects I've ever seen in any video ever. It rivals Hollywood. It is so good.
And another thing, stop with this shake thing.
If you love hilarious quotable sentence mixing, this one's for you.
On this episode of Pawn Stars.
Saddle ass mom. This guy wants to tattoo your chum to your face. I have a TS-188 rifle. And that's why we always check to see if they're loaded.
This video got taken down originally, but was re-uploaded and remastered to avoid copyright. As you can see, all of it is flipped, but it was still an amazing video.
My name is Mark. I'm an expert in Western Illegally. Well, it's definitely a saddle.
Okay. Thanks for coming in, Mark.
I'd let it go for 50.
How about 50 bucks?
You go for it?
I'll go 50 bucks. That's the most I'm gonna make.
Well, you got a deal. $300.
What? How much do you think it's worth? I'll give you a couple of dollars for it. Okay.
The amount of times I quote this on a daily basis is ridiculous. And speaking of ridiculous, this extremely fast-paced and classic YouTube poop. This YouTube poop, once again, is extremely fast-paced, and it is a short YouTube poop, all things considered. But despite those two things, it is one of the best crafted YouTube poops in the entire history.
You are grounded for till cock.
How old were you when you started sucking dick?
That is not the issue. That is the issue.
The issue is your tissue.
The amount of times I see this circulate back on different platforms like TikTok and Instagram just shows how unbelievably funny this video is.
Sam, just being the bitch.
Not to mention, it has one of the best endings of all time in any YouTube poop.
Sheesh. What?
Sheesh.
What?
Why did you have to say sheesh?
Sheesh.
Coming in at number 6 is a very similar video, and it's just as good. This phenomenal YouTube poop blends a perfect amount of sentence mixing, fast-paced humor, and uses a bunch of hilarious green screen effects that was way ahead of its time.
That is gay.
But it's fun.
Fuck.
We have now entered the top 5. And when I think of YouTube poops, these 5 videos are the first ones that pop into my head.
What did you say?
This was the video that Cartoon Lover 98 was known for his entire career making YouTube poops. And you can see why, with all of its hilarious jokes, amazing sentence mixing, and relevant humor for the time, like this joke, and using other YouTubers as a joke.
It's a lemon scented.
You can see why it was so successful.
Look at all, 50 on fire.
Still have that bag of weed.
I sure do. What?
Coming in at the number 4 spot is another Toy Story YouTube poop.
In fact, you're a better Tom Hanks than Woody.
Woody! Woody! Woody!
Very good, Woody. That's using the old noodle.
Take everything that was good about Hoffy's Toy Story YouTube poop and put it on acid. This is exactly what this video is all about. It has some of the most impressive masking and storylines I've ever seen in any YouTube poop, period.
And I is in your neck. Tuesday night's coronavirus awareness meeting. Ah! It's gone! I can't believe it! The rope is completely gone!
To get to the hot shit on the other side!
Oh well, he tried. He didn't wash his hands!
COVID-19!
Coming in at the number 3 spot sparked one of the most recognizable memes of our generation. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Let's go!
Yup, that moment came from this video, Spinge Binge Me Millionth Dollar. It is an unbelievably funny SpongeBob YouTube poop with some of the best sentence mixing when it comes to sex jokes I've ever listened to in my entire life.
Blue. Fuck.
Scrumptious, warm penis.
Okay, give it to me.
1 second later.
Back in Texas, we call ice cream frozen cock sex.
You're watching the Old Black Cox channel.
Come on, me Squidward. No. Then I guess I have no choice but to fuck you.
Okay, for these next two, take everything you know about YouTube poop storytelling and throw it out of the window, because these next two are going to blow your mind. And in the number 2 spot, we have Skellington's Revenge. Quite possibly one of the best edited YouTube poops ever. I simply cannot imagine how long this took to make some of these jokes happen.
What are your wishes? A new YouTube poop. Up these your jokes.
You're big.
There is literally so much to unpack, and there is something for everyone to enjoy.
Dear Mr. Cruz, my beautiful chocolate muscle man.
The amount of effort that went into the back half of this video when it comes to transformations and all of this keying is absolutely ridiculous, and it looks so good. This can never be replicated because of how unbelievably funny and well crafted it is.
We all know what 3 bells means.
Ice cream.
Yum!
No! It's time for somebody to get patch in their liver.
Even this running montage looks so clean. Look at that. And the entire story is incredibly funny and super easy to follow. None of this has ever been made before except for in a YouTube poop. Another cool thing about this video is they incorporated what software they use. So if you wanted to make something like this, you would know it's possible.
It is great to be home!
Remember how I just said none of that can be replicated? Well, it did.
Son? Okay, we're gonna show you this picture again, and you tell us if you've seen this guy, understand?
Huh. This guy's not half bad looking for a maniac.
When Deliver Us first came out a few years ago, everyone loved it. It gained millions of views, but unfortunately, Deliver Us hit a wall. It got taken down due to copyright. So, what did Awful Waffle do? He remastered it and made a second one and put both of them into one amazing video. And this is the finished result, and it is perfect.
It's dark!
Oh yeah, did I mention that all the videos that led up to this were part of a cinematic universe that he made within the SpongeBob universe? It is unbelievable for the amount of work that he put into this.
Ready to go?
SpongeBob! Everybody get the fuck out!
Hey, that's my family you're talking.
How are you liking them patties, bitch? Excuse me. I didn't do it!
You may have seen these clips before, and honestly, if you haven't seen these clips before, have you been sleeping under Patrick's rock? I bet you have, because these are some of the most iconic and funniest, well-edited scenes on the entire internet. Even this Back to the Future reference is some of the cleanest edited footage I've ever seen in any YouTube video. It is unrivaled.
Let go of the wheels, my man! I can't, it's for the poop! Who cares about you? The poop! I do! Well, I don't! Oh, fuck me. Here, buddy. No, no, no!
Towards the end of the second part, he starts to add all of his lore that he's been adding for years. As one final send-off, he ties every single loose end that he's ever even opened to begin with all of his cinematic universe. At the end of the video, he then bids farewell to his old projects and starts a new horizon, and thus ends the best YouTube poop ever made.
YouTube poop.
For some, this might just be something funny that never really anyone thinks about. But to me, this was the inspiration for starting a YouTube channel, for doing all of these crazy fun edits, because everyone else was having so much fun and entertaining audiences everywhere. And who knows, maybe you can make the next best YouTube poop of all time. It only takes a couple of clicks and just a sense of humor. So thank you so much for watching, and like I said before, if you don't agree with these, please tell me which YouTube poops I missed, and maybe I'll make a part 2. Anyways, thank you, and have a great rest of your day.